France, 1875. In a quiet town called Arles, a baby girl is born. Candles light the night. Horse-drawn carriages echo on stone streets. The world is simple. Ordinary. Her name is Jeanne Louise Calment. No one could have known. This fragile child would one day defy the limits of human life. She would see the Eiffel Tower rise. She would watch men walk on the moon. She would live long enough to witness the birth of the internet. And when she finally closed her eyes, she was 122 years old, the oldest human in recorded history. But the question remains, was it only luck? Or did she unlock a secret hidden within the art of living itself? Today we search for the truth. We follow the clues of history, science, and mystery, to uncover how a single life rewrote the limits of time. Welcome to the silent era. 1889. The Eiffel Tower pierces the Paris sky, a symbol of human ambition. Jeanne is just 14, watching a new age of wonder begin. 1914. The world shatters. The First World War erupts across Europe. Jeanne is 39, a mother, clinging to family as the guns roar. 1934. Tragedy strikes. Her only daughter falls to illness. At 59, Jeanne buries her child, a pain deeper than war itself. 1942. The Second World War rages. Families are torn apart. Jeanne, now 64, loses her husband to fate. 1969. Humanity reaches the stars. A footprint marks the surface of the moon. Jeanne is 94, still alive to witness mankind step beyond Earth. 1997. The digital age begins. Computers hum, the internet spreads. And Jeanne Calment, at 122, takes her final breath. Her life stretched across revolutions, tragedies, and triumphs. From carriages to rockets. From candlelight to the glow of computer screens. Jeanne Calment did not just live through history. She became its mirror. Her life was a mirror of human progress. But also a mystery science could not ignore. How? How did Jeanne Calment live longer than any human in recorded history? Was it simply luck? A rare gift of nature? Or was there something hidden in the way she lived? A pattern the rest of us have overlooked? Scientists searched for answers. And the Danish twin study revealed a truth both startling and hopeful. Only 20% of our lifespan is written in our genes. The other 80% is shaped by the choices we make. Our habits, our lifestyle, the way we live each day. Which means Jeanne's story is not just history. It may be a clue. And to uncover the secret of extraordinary longevity, we must travel to the places where entire communities live longer than the rest of the world. The places known as the Blue Zones. To solve the riddle of longevity, scientists searched the globe. And what they found was extraordinary. Hidden in scattered corners of the earth were rare places where people didn't just live long. They lived well. Here, men and women past 100 years of age. Yet still walked, still worked, still laughed. Not as patients in hospital beds, but as elders full of life. Explorer Dan Buettner, along with scientists and demographers, began to map these regions. And soon, 5 circles began to appear. Sardinia, Italy. A rugged island where shepherds climbed mountains well past a century. Okinawa, Japan. Where elders lived with purpose and grace, their faces lined with age but not with weakness. Loma Linda, California. A faith-based community, where daily rituals of health and belief carried lives far beyond expectation. Ikaria, Greece. An island where people seemed to forget to die. And where time itself felt slower. Nicoya, Costa Rica. A sunlit peninsula where families thrived across generations. 5 places oceans apart, cultures different. Yet all shared the same hidden patterns. On the map, they were marked with blue circles. The world would come to know them as the Blue Zones. The discovery of the Blue Zones revealed something astonishing. Despite oceans and cultures separating them, their people all shared the same hidden code for longevity. 9 habits. Simple. Ordinary. Yet powerful enough to extend life beyond imagination. Habit 1. Move naturally. In the Blue Zones, you won't find people pumping iron at the gym. Instead, their very lives keep them moving. They walk to visit neighbors. They climb hills to tend their sheep. They kneel in gardens, planting and harvesting their own food. Every step, every bend, every stretch keeps their bodies alive. The secret, movement woven into daily life. Habit 2. Purpose. In Okinawa, it's called ikigai, a reason to wake up each morning. In Costa Rica, it's plan de vida, a life plan that guides every day. Science shows, having a purpose can add up to 7 years to your life. For these people, retirement is not an ending. It's a chance to keep giving, keep creating, keep living. Habit 3. Downshift. Stress is poison. But the Blue Zone elders have rituals to release it. In Okinawa, they honor their ancestors. In Ikaria, they nap in the afternoon. In Sardinia, they laugh and drink with friends. In California, Adventists pray. Different practices. One result, lower stress, longer life. They don't avoid stress, they learn to let it go. Habit 4. The 80% rule. In Okinawa, before eating, they whisper an ancient phrase, hara hachibu. Stop eating when you are 80% full. It sounds small, but it's powerful. Science proves that cutting calories slows aging. Less food means less strain on the body and more years to live. While the modern world eats until it hurts, Blue Zones stop just before enough. Habit 5. Plant slant. Their diet leans heavily on plants. Beans, grains, tubers, food from the earth itself. Meat is rare, more like a treat than a staple. In Costa Rica, black beans and corn tortillas. In Okinawa, sweet potatoes and greens. Across the zones, 95% of meals come from plants. The result? Lower disease, longer life. Habit 6. Wine at 5. In Sardinia, elders sip red wine at sunset. Moderation, not excess. For years, researchers thought antioxidants in wine explained the benefit. But new science reveals the truth. Longevity comes despite the alcohol, not because of it. The real secret isn't in the glass. It's in the ritual, pausing, relaxing, sharing moments with friends. Habit 7. Belong. Across all Blue Zones, people are rooted in community. Faith, prayer, gathering together. It doesn't matter which religion. What matters is connection. Studies show, attending services just 4 times a month can add up to 14 years to your life. Faith, family, community, they weave a net that keeps you from falling alone. Habit 8. Loved ones first. In these regions, family is not abandoned to old age homes. Elders stay close. Children care for parents. Marriages last. Time and affection are invested back into the home. The reward? Longer lives, stronger bonds, generations that grow together. Habit 9. Right tribe. In Okinawa, every person belongs to a small circle of lifelong friends, a moe. 5 companions who stand by them from childhood to old age. Why does this matter? Because health is contagious. If your friends smoke, you smoke. If your friends live healthy, you live healthy. The tribe shapes the individual. And in Blue Zones, the tribe pulls everyone toward life. 9 habits. Not miracles. Not secrets locked away in laboratories. Just simple choices, repeated every day. The same patterns that carried Jeanne Calment to 122 are alive and thriving in the Blue Zones of today. Modern example. But the Blue Zones are not just relics of old traditions. A new contender is rising, not a village, not an island, but a modern city. Singapore. In just a few decades, life expectancy here has surged by nearly 25 years. Today, Singaporeans enjoy some of the longest and healthiest lives on earth. How? Not by chance but by design. The government subsidizes healthy food, making it cheaper than junk. Streets and neighborhoods are built to encourage walking. With public transport and pathways that keep people moving. Driving is discouraged with heavy taxes. And families are rewarded for staying close. If your parents live within 500 yards of your home, you get a tax break. Policy, culture, and community have fused into something remarkable. A city that behaves like a Blue Zone. The message is clear. Longevity is not just destiny. It can be designed. Final reflection and call to action. Jeanne Calment lived for 122 years. A record so staggering, it may never be broken. But here's the truth. You don't need luck to live a century. Her story, and the wisdom of the Blue Zones, show us something far greater. That the choices we make each day, how we move, how we eat, how we love, how we belong, can stretch the limits of our lives. The Power Nine are not distant rituals locked in forgotten villages. They are steps any of us can take. Steps that weave more years into our time. And more life into our years. So remember this. 122 may remain history's unshakable record. But your story is still unwritten. And if you choose wisely today, your story too can outlast a century.